Welcome to the Advisor to Men podcast.
This is an audio essay from Advisor to Men. Today I want to examine how the subject of natural law and nihilism are related. You see, across cultures and across millennia, human beings arrived at remarkably similar conclusions about how life ought to be lived. Certain actions strengthened communities, others fractured them. Over time, patterns emerged. Murder destroyed trust. Loyalty preserved it. Courage stabilized groups under pressure. Cowardice exposed them to danger. Truth enabled cooperation. Deception corroded it. On and so forth. These shared conclusions emerged organically through lived experience and consequence, shaped by what preserved life contrasted to what led to its breakdown over time. Joseph Campbell observed that the same heroic pattern appeared in mythological stories the world over. He called it the hero's journey. You're probably familiar with this. C.S. Lewis made a parallel observation about morality. He noted that humans, regardless of geography or belief system, tended to agree on what counted as right, wrong, noble, or shameful. The language varied some, but the structure remained basically the same. This convergence points towards what has traditionally been called natural law. The idea is simple, but it's demanding. Reality has a moral shape, and human flourishing depends on aligning with that reality. Values are not arbitrary preferences. They are responses to the way life actually works over time. Modern culture has grown increasingly uncomfortable with this idea. Moral claims are often treated as personal opinions or social constructions. Meaning is described as something each individual invents. The academics might call this relativism. The result of this shift is subtle at first, but it compounds over time. When values lose their grounding, men are left without reliable reference points. Decisions become reactive. Responsibility becomes negotiable. Power floats free of restraint. Nihilism is not always loud or theatrical. It often appears as a quiet sense of nothing really matters beyond the moment. That commitments are provisional, and that truth bends to circumstances. This compounds by therapists telling us to live in the moment in an attempt to attenuate our anxiety, which is simply a loss of faith in the future. Men living under this nothing matters assumption may remain functional for a time, but they lose orientation. Anxiety increases. Cynicism follows. A deadly drift sets in. Natural law offers something sturdier. It provides parameters rather than prescriptions. It does not eliminate choice. It gives choice context. A man who understands that his actions carry predictable consequences gains clarity rather than constraint. Gravity, seriousness, makes movement intelligible. A man of character learns to measure himself against standards that precede his personal preferences. He discovers that freedom grows alongside self-governance, and that meaning emerges through alignment rather than invention. He first learns to say no to himself, and this discipline and orientation steadies him when culture shifts and opinions fragment. We do not need more arguments about values. We need men who understand that values arise from reality itself and who are willing to order their lives accordingly. That understanding forms the ground on which character is built. We settle for being a character when you can actually have character of your own. Why be average when you can be an amazing guy? Men of character are noticed by men, by women, by children. Be that man who follows his destiny, a man of character, a man of meaning. Until next time, stay powerful, true, and free.
Hey, thanks for listening. Subscribe and find a link to the free Quadrant course in the description. Until next time.